Lesson 1, Exploring Ontario's Niagara Region.
Yo, Anna. Have you ever been to the Niagara region of Ontario?
No, I haven't, but I've heard it's absolutely beautiful. What's it like?
It's incredible. The whole area is just packed with amazing natural sights and attractions.
Like what? I'd love to hear more about the highlights.
Well, the main draw is obviously Niagara Falls, one of the natural wonders of the world.
Ah, yes, Niagara Falls. I can only imagine how breathtaking it must be to see in person.
It's even more impressive than you'd think. The sheer power and scale of the falls is just mind-blowing.
I bet. What are some of the other must-see spots in the Niagara region?
There's so much more than just the falls. You've got the picturesque town of Niagara-on-the-Lake, with its charming Victorian architecture and world-class wineries.
Wineries, you say? Now that's really piquing my interest. I love a good glass of vino.
Oh, you'll be in heaven. The Niagara Peninsula is one of Canada's premier wine regions. The ice wine is especially renowned.
Ice wine, huh? I don't think I've ever tried that before. What makes it special?
It's made from grapes that are left to freeze on the vine, resulting in an incredibly rich and concentrated sweet wine.
Fascinating. I'll have to make sure to sample some of that ice wine. Anything else I shouldn't miss in the Niagara area?
Definitely check out the Niagara Escarpment. It's a stunning 140-kilometer-long cliff that runs along the southern shore of Lake Ontario.
A cliff along the lake? That sounds like an amazing spot for hiking and panoramic views.
Exactly. There are tons of great hiking trails that'll take you through lush forests and past waterfalls.
This is sounding better and better. I'm definitely going to have to plan a trip up to Niagara soon.
You won't regret it, trust me. It's one of the most beautiful and diverse regions in all of Canada.
I can't wait. Thanks for the awesome recommendations, John. I'm already daydreaming about sipping ice wine while overlooking the falls.
Ha, sounds like a perfect day to me. Let me know if you need any other Niagara travel tips when you start planning your trip.
Lesson 2, Negotiating a Deal.
Alright, Anna, I've got a business proposition for you. Think you might be interested?
Ooh, intriguing. What kind of deal are you cooking up, John?
Well, I've got this vintage sports car that I'm looking to sell. Mint condition, low mileage, the works.
A vintage sports car, huh? That sounds right up my alley. What kind of car are we talking about?
It's a 1967 Mustang Fastback. Fully restored and just an absolute beauty.
Wow, a 67 Mustang? That's a real classic. How much are you asking for it?
I've got it listed for $35,000, but I'm open to negotiating a bit. What do you think?
$35,000 is a pretty steep price tag, even for a sweet ride like that. Can you come down on the cost at all?
Well, I was hoping to get at least $30,000 for it, but I suppose I could be convinced to let it go for $28,000.
$28,000, huh? That's still a bit higher than I was hoping to pay. Can you give me a better deal than that?
Alright, tell you what, how about I knock it down to $25,000 even? I really need to move this car, so I'm willing to be flexible on the price.
$25,000? Now we're talking. I think I could make that work. But just to sweeten the deal a bit more, can you throw in some fresh floor mats or something?
Ah, you drive a hard bargain, Anna. Alright, deal, $25,000 even, and I'll toss in a brand new set of floor mats for you.
Perfect, you've got yourself a buyer. When can I come by to take a closer look and finalize the paperwork?
Anytime this weekend works for me. Just let me know what time is best for you and I'll make sure the Mustang is ready to go.
Awesome, I'll check my schedule and get back to you. This is going to be one sweet ride.
I have a feeling you're really going to love this car, Anna. Just wait until you get behind the wheel.
I can't wait. This is going to make for one heck of a fun summer. Thanks for working with me on the price, John.
Hey, anything for a fellow car enthusiast. I'm just glad we could make a deal that works for both of us.
Lesson 3: Conquering the World's Highest Peak.
Morning, Anna. Got a quick geography question for you.
Oh, do tell. I'm always up for a fun trivia challenge.
For the record, what is the world's tallest mountain and highest elevation?
Let me think about that. Would it be Mount Everest, with a peak elevation of 29,032 feet?
Bingo! You got it. Mount Everest, the crown jewel of the Himalayas.
Ah yes, the legendary roof of the world. Have you ever been interested in attempting to climb it?
Climb Everest? That's the dream, to be honest. But it's no easy feat, that's for sure.
I can only imagine the physical and mental challenge of attempting such an incredible feat. What's the highest you've climbed before?
Well, the highest I've conquered so far is Kilimanjaro, at 19,341 feet. But Everest is a whole other level, you know?
Kilimanjaro, huh? That's still an incredibly impressive accomplishment. I can see the allure of wanting to take on Everest, though.
Absolutely. There's just something magical about standing on the top of the world, you know? The sense of achievement and pure awe must be unreal.
I bet. And the bragging rights wouldn't be too shabby either, would they?
Ha, yeah, that's definitely a perk. But it's more about the personal challenge and journey for me. Reaching that summit would be the ultimate goal.
Well, if anyone can do it, I'm sure it would be you, John. You've got the determination and passion for it.
Thanks, Anna. Maybe I'll have to start planning an Everest expedition soon. Gotta start training, that's for sure.
I'll be cheering you on every step of the way. Just promise you'll take lots of photos from the top.
You got it. When I reach that summit, the first thing I'm doing is pulling out my camera.
I can't wait to see the view from up there. It's going to be an unbelievable sight, I'm sure of it.
Absolutely. Just thinking about it gets me pumped up and ready to start climbing. Everest, here I come.
Lesson 4: Navigating Life's Challenges.
Ahoy there, Anna. Got a story to share about our recent adventure.
Ooh, do tell. I'm all ears, John. What challenges did you face out on the open sea?
Phew, let me tell you, it wasn't all smooth sailing, that's for sure. There were some hard hours, I'll admit.
I can imagine. Sailing in the face of adversity must have been quite the test of endurance.
You got that right. Often, we were sailing straight into the wind, making progress a real slog.
Yikes, that sounds exhausting. But I'm guessing you and your crew powered through it somehow?
Absolutely. We had to dig deep, use all our nautical know-how to navigate those choppy waters.
I can only tip my hat to your perseverance. It takes true grit to overcome such demanding conditions.
You bet. There were times when I thought we might have to turn back, but the team kept each other motivated.
That's the mark of a great leader, John. Keeping morale high in the face of adversity.
Well, I couldn't have done it without my crew. We're a tight-knit group, always have each other's backs.
That's so admirable. Teamwork and camaraderie are invaluable assets when the going gets tough.
Couldn't agree more. And in the end, those hard-won triumphs make the journey all the more rewarding.
I can imagine. The sense of accomplishment must be incredible after weathering such challenges.
It really is. Nothing quite like reaching your destination after battling the elements. We earned that victory, for sure.
Well, I'm truly inspired by your story, John. Sounds like you and your crew have the mettle to overcome any obstacle.
That's the plan, Anna. We're always ready to set sail for new horizons, no matter what Mother Nature throws our way.
I have no doubt you'll continue to conquer the seas with that kind of resilient spirit. Bravo, my friend.
Thanks, Anna. Now, who's up for another adventure? The open water is calling.
Lesson 5: Navigating the Commute.
Greetings, Anna. Say, I've got a bit of a quandary I'm hoping you can help me with.
Absolutely, John. What's on your mind? I'm happy to lend a hand.
Well, you see, I'm heading to the train station, but I'm a bit turned around. Could you walk me through the directions?
No problem at all. Let's get you there in a jiffy. Where exactly are you starting from?
I'm currently at the corner of Main and Oak. What's the best way to reach the train station from here?
Okay, got it. From Main and Oak, you'll want to head down Oak Street for about 2 blocks.
Aha, go on. What's the next step?
Once you reach the intersection of Oak and 5th, take a left. The train station will be about a block down on your right.
Ah, I see. And is there a crosswalk or anything I should look out for on 5th Street?
Good question. There's a pedestrian crossing light at the corner of Oak and 5th, so you can cross there safely.
Wonderful, that's super helpful. I'm feeling much more confident about navigating this now.
I'm glad I could provide some clear directions. Let me know if you need any other tips along the way.
Will do, Anna. I appreciate you taking the time to walk me through this. It's always good to have a friendly guide.
Happy to help, John. Safe travels to the station, and don't hesitate to reach out if you get turned around again.
You got it. Thanks a million, Anna. I'll be sure to keep you posted once I reach my destination.
Sounds good. I look forward to hearing that you made it there without a hitch.
Will do. Alright, time for me to hit the road. Catch you later, Anna.
Lesson 6, Discussing Market Trends.
Ah, Anna, just the person I wanted to talk to. Have you been keeping up with the latest market trends?
You know it, John. I've been following them closely. What are your thoughts on the recent shifts?
Well, from what I've been seeing, the tech sector is really making some waves. Lots of exciting developments there.
Absolutely. I'm particularly intrigued by the surge in renewable energy investments. That's been a real game changer.
No doubt about it. And the way consumer behaviors have been evolving is fascinating too. Definitely some major shifts happening there.
Definitely. I've noticed more and more people gravitating towards sustainable and ethical products. It's a really encouraging trend.
Couldn't agree more. And the rise of e-commerce has been transformative, don't you think? Changing the retail landscape quite dramatically.
Completely. The convenience and accessibility of online shopping has been a real disruptor. It's been fun to watch it all unfold.
Absolutely. Though I have to say, I'm curious to see how traditional brick and mortar stores will adapt and stay relevant in this new landscape.
That's a great point. I imagine we'll see some creative strategies emerge from the more established players. Adaptability will be key.
No doubt. Well, I'm glad we were able to touch base and swap insights on the latest market happenings. Always a pleasure, Anna.
Likewise, John. It's great to connect and discuss these ever-evolving trends. Keeps us both sharp, doesn't it?
Couldn't agree more. Alright, I better get going, but I'm sure we'll have more fascinating market conversations soon.
Sounds good, John. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to our next discussion on the state of the markets.
Will do, Anna. Catch you later.
Lesson 7, Breakfast Banter.
Morning, Anna. I couldn't help but notice you had a rather hearty breakfast this morning.
Ah, yes, John. I decided to switch it up from my usual routine. What about you? What did you have for breakfast?
Well, I'm a creature of habit, so I went with my go-to, a nice bowl of cereal with some milk. Can't beat the classics, you know?
Ah, the trusty cereal and milk combo. A timeless breakfast staple. Though I have to say, I do enjoy mixing it up every now and then.
That's true, variety is the spice of life. What did you have that was so special this morning?
Ooh, I whipped up a delicious avocado toast with a poached egg on top. Healthy and satisfying.
Avocado toast, huh? That does sound quite tasty. I might have to branch out from my usual cereal routine and give that a try.
Oh, you definitely should. The creaminess of the avocado paired with the perfectly poached egg, it's a real treat.
You've piqued my interest. Maybe I'll have to swing by the local cafe and see if they have a good avocado toast on the menu.
I'm sure they do. It's become quite the trendy breakfast item these days. Though, I have to say, homemade is hard to beat.
Good point. Maybe I'll have to try my hand at it sometime. Could be a fun little weekend project, don't you think?
Absolutely. Cooking can be such a rewarding hobby. Plus, you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Ha, indeed. Well, I appreciate the breakfast inspiration, Anna. Might have to switch things up tomorrow morning.
Happy to provide the culinary motivation, John. Enjoy your cereal today, but don't be a stranger to the avocado toast, alright?
You got it. Catch you later, Anna.
Lesson 8, Fitness Feats.
Yo, Anna. I couldn't help but notice you've been quite the fitness enthusiast lately.
You're absolutely right, John. I've really been trying to make exercise a regular part of my routine.
That's great to hear. What kind of workout regimen have you been sticking to?
Well, I aim for at least 3 sessions a week, but I have to admit, sometimes I manage to do it every single day.
Wow, every day? That's quite impressive. What's your secret to staying so motivated?
Honestly, I just really enjoy how great I feel after a good workout. It boosts my energy and puts me in a fantastic mood.
I can definitely understand that. The mental and physical benefits are pretty unbeatable.
Exactly. Plus, I find that setting small, achievable goals for myself really helps keep me on track.
Ah, that's a smart approach. What kind of goals do you typically set?
Well, I like to mix it up. Sometimes it's a certain number of reps or minutes, other times it's trying a new workout class.
Variety is the spice of life, as they say. That must help prevent boredom setting in.
Absolutely. I find that keeps me feeling challenged and engaged. Do you have a fitness routine of your own, John?
I do, actually. I try to hit the gym about 3 times a week, focusing on strength training.
That's great. Strength training is so important for overall fitness and health.
Definitely. I find it really helps me feel strong and energized, both physically and mentally.
I couldn't agree more. Building that muscle strength is such a game changer.
For sure. Maybe we could swap workout tips sometime, if you're up for it?
I'd love that. Sharing ideas and motivating each other could be really beneficial.
Sounds like a plan, Anna. Guess we'll have to make a gym date soon.
Lesson 9, Tech Takeover.
Whoa, Anna, have you noticed how much our computer use has skyrocketed lately?
Absolutely, John. It's honestly beyond anything I ever could have expected.
Seriously, the way technology has become so deeply integrated into our daily lives is kind of mind boggling.
You're so right. The standards and expectations around computer use have really shot through the roof.
Totally. It's like we're all tethered to our devices 24/7 these days.
Definitely. I feel like I'm constantly juggling work emails, social media, and online tasks.
Same here. It can be tough to find that work life balance sometimes.
Exactly. It's almost like our computers and smartphones have become an extension of ourselves.
For sure. I wonder how much of that is driven by societal pressures and norms.
That's a great point. The constant connectivity and accessibility is both a blessing and a curse.
Absolutely. On one hand, it's made so many things more efficient and convenient.
Definitely. But on the other hand, it can also be incredibly distracting and overwhelming.
Definitely. I've noticed I have to be really intentional about setting boundaries and limiting my screen time.
Same here. Otherwise, it's just too easy to get sucked down the rabbit hole of endless digital stimulation.
Totally. It's all about finding that healthy balance, you know?
Exactly. Maintaining our humanity and personal connections in this tech-centric world is so important.
Couldn't agree more. It's a delicate dance, but one we've got to figure out.
For sure. Guess we're all in this digital revolution together, huh?
Yep, that's for sure. But I'm confident we can navigate it in a way that works for us.
Lesson 10, Nourishing Choices.
Hey Anna, have you been trying to eat a bit healthier lately?
You know it, John. I've really been making an effort to nourish my body.
That's awesome. What kinds of changes have you been making to your diet?
Well, I've been trying to load up on more fruits and veggies, for starters.
Nice, that's a great place to start. What about you? Have you made any dietary tweaks?
Definitely. I've been cutting back on processed foods and added sugars.
That's a good one. I've also been aiming to drink more water throughout the day.
Ooh, yes, staying hydrated is so important. I've been doing the same thing.
Totally. And what about exercise? Have you been trying to stay active as well?
Absolutely. I've been fitting in a mix of cardio and strength training a few times a week.
Nice, that's a well rounded approach. I've been trying to get in more walks and hikes.
Love that. Fresh air and movement are so good for the body and mind.
Couldn't agree more. It's all about finding what works best for your individual needs.
Exactly. And not being too hard on ourselves either. Progress, not perfection, right?
Amen to that. Small, sustainable changes can really make a big difference over time.
Definitely. Here's to nourishing our bodies and minds, one healthy choice at a time.
Amen to that, Anna. I'm right there with you on the journey.
Lesson 11, Exploring New Zealand Cities.
Morning, Anna. Did you know there are 3 large cities in New Zealand?
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. What can you tell me about them?
Well, Auckland is the largest city, with more than 1.4 million people living there.
Wow, that's quite a population. What else do you know about the other cities?
Wellington is the capital city, located on the southern end of the North Island.
Interesting. And what about the third major city? I'm curious to learn more.
Christchurch is the largest city on the South Island. It's known for its beautiful gardens.
Ah, yes, I've heard Christchurch has some lovely natural landscapes.
Absolutely. New Zealand is such a stunning country, with diverse landscapes.
I'd love to visit someday and see the cities and natural wonders for myself.
You definitely should. I think you'd be amazed by the beauty of New Zealand.
I bet. It's definitely high on my travel bucket list. Maybe we can plan a trip together.
That would be amazing, Anna. I'd love to explore New Zealand with you.
It's a date then. We'll have to start researching the best spots to visit.
Sounds like a plan. I can't wait to see the sights and make some great memories.
Lesson 12, The Legacy of Laura Secord.
Say, Anna, have you heard of the historical figure Laura Secord?
No, I don't believe I'm familiar with her. Who was she?
Well, Laura Secord is considered a Canadian hero for her role in the War of 1812.
Fascinating. What did she do that was so heroic?
Basically, she walked over 20 miles to warn the British about an impending American attack.
Wow, that's quite a feat. How did she manage to do that?
Legend has it that she overheard American soldiers discussing their plans to attack.
And she decided to risk her own safety to inform the British forces?
Exactly. Her actions are credited with helping the British win the Battle of Beaver Dams.
That's remarkable. She must have been an incredibly brave and determined woman.
Absolutely. Laura Secord's courageous act has cemented her place in Canadian history.
I can see why. Risking your life to warn the other side takes an immense amount of bravery.
Indeed. Her story has inspired many and continues to be celebrated in Canada.
It's wonderful that her legacy lives on and she's remembered as a national hero.
Definitely. Laura Secord's story is a testament to the power of individual action.
I agree. She's a remarkable historical figure who deserves to be more widely known.
Absolutely. Her courage and selflessness are truly admirable.
I'm glad we got to discuss her story. It's an inspiring piece of history.
Me too. Laura Secord's legacy is an important part of Canada's past.
Lesson 13, Culinary Exploration.
Morning, Anna. I heard you've been trying out some new recipes lately.
Why yes, I have. I'm really enjoying experimenting in the kitchen these days.
That's wonderful. What kind of dishes have you been whipping up?
Well, just the other day I made a delicious homemade pasta dish.
Homemade pasta, huh? That sounds quite impressive. How did it turn out?
It was a huge success. The fresh pasta had such a lovely, soft texture.
I bet that was divine. Homemade pasta is really in a league of its own.
Absolutely. I've also been baking some tasty breads from scratch.
Freshly baked bread, huh? That must fill the house with the most tantalizing aroma.
It does. There's nothing quite like the smell of warm, homemade bread.
I can only imagine. Have you tried any other new culinary adventures?
Yes, actually. I've been experimenting with different ethnic cuisines too.
Oh, that sounds exciting. What sort of dishes have you been exploring?
Well, just last week I made an authentic Thai curry that turned out wonderfully.
Thai curry, eh? I love how vibrant and flavorful those dishes can be.
Me too. It was such a delightful blend of spices and creaminess.
Sounds absolutely delicious. You're really branching out in the kitchen.
I'm really enjoying the process of learning new recipes and techniques.
That's fantastic. Cooking is such a rewarding and creative hobby.
I agree. It's been a wonderful way for me to unwind and try new things.
Well, I'm sure all your hard work is paying off with some mouth-watering results.
Lesson 14: Anticipating New Encounters.
Hey Anna, I heard you have some exciting plans coming up.
Why, yes, I do. I'm really looking forward to a trip I have planned.
That's great to hear. Where are you headed off to?
Well, I'm going to be visiting some old friends in another city.
That's wonderful. It'll be nice to catch up with them, I'm sure.
Absolutely. We've been meaning to get together for quite some time.
I bet you can't wait. When do you plan on making the trip?
I'm leaving next weekend, actually. I'm really eager to see them.
That's fantastic. I'm sure you two will have such a wonderful reunion.
Me too. I'm looking forward to spending quality time with them.
That's the best part about reconnecting with close friends.
Definitely. It'll be so nice to pick up right where we left off.
I'm sure you'll have plenty to catch up on and reminisce about.
Oh, for sure. There's always so much to discuss with old friends.
Well, I hope you have an absolutely lovely time on your visit.
Thank you, I really appreciate that. I'm certain it will be wonderful.
I'm glad to hear it. Enjoy your time with your friends, you deserve it.
I'll be sure to do that. I can't wait to see them and make new memories.
That's the spirit. I'm sure you'll come back with some great stories.
I'm sure I will. I'll have to fill you in when I return.
Sounds good, I'm looking forward to hearing all about it.
Lesson 15: Breakfast Bonanza.
Morning, Anna. I couldn't help but overhear you talking about an important meal.
Ah, yes, I was just discussing the significance of a hearty breakfast.
Ah, I see. What exactly makes breakfast such an important meal of the day?
Well, it provides us with the energy and nutrients we need to tackle our day.
That makes a lot of sense. I'll definitely keep that in mind going forward.
Absolutely. Skipping breakfast can really leave you feeling sluggish and drained.
I can imagine. What sorts of foods do you typically enjoy for your morning meal?
I'm a big fan of a balanced breakfast, things like eggs, whole grains, and fresh fruit.
That sounds delightful. I'll have to try incorporating more of those elements.
It's really the perfect way to start your day on the right foot. Fuels your body and mind.
I can see the appeal. Any particular breakfast items you'd recommend I try?
Ooh, let's see. Avocado toast is always a hit, and a nice Greek yogurt parfait is divine.
Avocado toast, huh? That does sound quite tasty. I'll have to give that a shot.
You'll love it, I'm sure. The creaminess of the avocado paired with the crunch of the toast.
My mouth is watering just thinking about it. Thanks for the great breakfast tips.
Of course. Breakfast is the most important meal, so I'm always happy to share my favorites.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I'm definitely going to incorporate more of a morning meal.
Wonderful. I'm sure you'll notice a real difference in your energy and focus.
I can't wait. This has been such an enlightening conversation about the power of breakfast.
I'm so glad I could provide some helpful insights. Enjoy experimenting with new morning meals.
I absolutely will. This has been a delightful chat, Anna. Thanks again.
Lesson 16, Soda Swap.
Yo, Anna. I heard you've been making some changes to your beverage choices.
Ah yes, that's right. I've replaced sugary drinks with some healthier options.
Oh, really? What kinds of drinks have you been swapping in instead?
Well, I've been opting for herbal teas and infused waters lately.
Herbal teas, huh? That's an interesting choice. What got you into those?
I found that the sugary sodas and juices were just leaving me feeling sluggish.
I can imagine that. The crash after all that sugar can't be too pleasant.
Exactly. The herbal teas provide a much gentler energy boost.
That does sound appealing. Any particular herbal teas you're enjoying?
I'm loving the chamomile and peppermint blends, so soothing and refreshing.
Ooh, those do sound delightful. I'll have to give some of those a try.
Definitely. The peppermint one is great for settling the stomach too.
Good to know. I tend to struggle with some digestive issues, so that could help.
I'm sure it would. And the infused waters are a nice change of pace as well.
Infused waters, eh? What kinds of flavors have you been experimenting with?
Let's see. Cucumber lime, strawberry basil, and even a citrus blend.
Those all sound absolutely divine. I'll have to invest in a nice water infuser.
Absolutely. It's such an easy way to stay hydrated and get some extra nutrients.
Well, you've certainly sold me on this whole beverage overhaul. I'm inspired.
I'm so glad. It's been a real game changer for my overall health and energy.
I can imagine. Well, thanks for the awesome recommendations, Anna. Cheers.
Lesson 17, Travel Mishaps.
Morning, Anna. I wanted to chat with you about my recent travel plans.
Oh, what happened? Did everything go smoothly?
Not exactly. There were a few hiccups along the way that caused some inconvenience.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that. What kind of issues did you run into?
Well, my flight got delayed due to inclement weather, which threw off my whole itinerary.
That's frustrating. Airline delays can really throw a wrench in travel plans.
Absolutely. And then when I finally arrived at my hotel, there was an issue with my booking.
Oh no, what happened there?
Apparently, they had overbooked, and they didn't have a room available for me.
Yikes, that must have been quite stressful. How did you handle that situation?
I had to scramble to find alternative accommodations at the last minute. It was a hassle.
I can imagine. Last-minute hotel bookings can be really expensive.
Tell me about it. It ended up costing me quite a bit more than I had budgeted for.
That's really unfortunate. Travel can be so unpredictable sometimes.
You're right about that. I guess the silver lining is that I learned a few lessons for next time.
That's a great way to look at it. What kind of lessons did you take away?
Well, I'll definitely be building in more buffer time for potential delays in the future.
Smart move. And it might be worth looking into travel insurance as well.
Good idea. That could have really helped cover some of those unexpected costs.
Lesson 18, Pasta Perfection.
Hey Anna, I've got a tasty pasta recipe I've been wanting to share with you.
Ooh, do tell. I'm always on the hunt for new and delicious meal ideas.
Well, it's this amazing baked ziti dish that I recently stumbled upon.
Baked ziti, huh? That sounds comforting and satisfying. What's the secret?
The secret is in the ricotta cheese and homemade marinara sauce. It's divine.
That does sound heavenly. I love a good creamy, cheesy pasta bake.
Me too. And the homemade sauce really takes it to the next level.
I bet. Homemade sauces always have so much more flavor than store-bought.
Absolutely. Would you be interested in trying the recipe out with me sometime?
Definitely. I'd love to get together and whip up that baked ziti masterpiece.
Awesome, it's a date then. When would work best for you to come over?
How about this weekend? I'm free on Saturday afternoon if that works.
Perfect, Saturday it is. I'll make sure to have all the ingredients ready to go.
Sounds good. I can't wait to learn your pasta making tricks and techniques.
Trust me, it's going to be a delicious lesson. I'll see you this weekend.